Hey guys, the Langbanger here. Another profile for you, a retro profile this go around. The last one that I did was Gladiator Beast. I believe that was from 2008. This also was from 2008. This is Wave Motion Burn. So this was at the Costa Mesa Shonen Jump in March of '08. There was Samurai, there was Dad Return, there was DDT. I'm trying to think of other decks off the top of my head, but that gives you a general idea of what the meta was and things of that sort. So let's just go into this list. So I don't know if this was like discovered late or if people were just against using burn decks. I mean, I personally despise playing against burn decks. I mean, I don't think anyone enjoys it, so that's kind of a dumb statement, but yeah, I mean, here it is though. So you have 3 Big Shield Gardna, 1 Card Trooper, 3 Dark Mimic level 3, Morphing Jar, and Snipe Hunter. On to the spells, you have 1 Different Dimension Capsule, 2 Hammer Shot, 1 Level Limit Area B, 1 Messenger apiece, 1 MST, 1 Scapegoat, 1 Smashing Ground, 1 Swords, and 3 Wave Motion Cannon. So to discuss some of the cards here, first thing, Different Dimension Capsule. I believe Gold Sarcophagus was out, but considering that was a prize card, there's the poor man's version. So, I mean, Different Dimension Capsule was a fine card, it's just it was subject to removal. So if they MST or Dust Tornadoed it, then, it was gone. The Hammer Shots, I believe Smashing Ground was at 1 at the time, so that was just more removal. I believe Level Limit Area B was at 1. Messenger, I don't think that was ever limited, but also this was a deck that made top 8 at the event that I mentioned, March '08 Costa Mesa. Yeah, I don't think Messenger was ever limited. MST, I'm pretty sure, was at 1 at the time. Swords was at 1 at the time. So yeah, that's that. On to the traps. You have Ceasefire, 3 Dark Bribe, 3 Dimensional Wall, 1 Dust Tornado, 1 Gravity Bind, 1 Magic Cylinder, 1 Mirror Force, 3 Skill Drain, 3 Solemn Judgment, Torrential, and Trap Dust Shoot. So going over the traps here, Dark Bribe was fairly new from what I can recall. I don't want to sound like a complete moron, I went to the event itself, but if you think about it, this was almost 10 years ago now, so I apologize if my memory's a little fuzzy here, but Dark Bribe was fairly new at the time. Magic Cylinder, I believe, was at 1. Mirror Force was at 1. Trap Dust Shoot at 1. Gravity Bind may have actually been at 1 as well. So typically, if you're seeing a card that's, just a 1 of, like, that's kind of a telltale that it was at 1. Also Scapegoat above in the spell section. But this was a very interesting deck because of how fast-paced the game was at the time. With Dad Return going around, like, you had to slow the game down. So when they had Return and they did, their big play, you had the Dark Bribes and the Solemn Judgments and stuff like that. And then also because they were so low in life from paying off a Return, you could just kill them very easily. So you wouldn't even have to win with Wave Motion Cannon per se. You could actually just win with the Dimensional Wall or the Cylinder. Yeah, it's just crazy stuff. Big Shield Gardna, 2600 defense. I mean, that was nothing to laugh at. Card Trooper was just there just for another card draw. You have to remember that far back, of course, we've always had a fairly large card pool, but, as the years go by, obviously that goes up little by little. So Card Trooper was, just there for the draw. If you really wanted at the time, Crush Card Virus was also a Shonen Jump promo, or a prize card, I'm sorry. So you could actually use that card in here if you wanted to. Dark Mimic. Yeah, Dark Mimic is 1,000 attack. I believe Sangin was around back then, so there was definitely a lot of versatility that you could do with this deck. But yeah, I'm just going backwards in the years, so as I do more profiles, they're just gonna get older and older. So I'm just looking off this website and kind of profiling anything interesting that I may see or come across. So I'm gonna try and do different ones because, Like at this time, Dad Return and DDT were just major decks, but there was also other weird decks that topped every now and then, like Gadgets, Samurais, like things of that sort. But enough rambling on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that profile, and have a good day. Peace.